Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, and that means that I'm on the website under community forums, Q&A videos for videos, or I'm also on YouTube under my videos when you say, hey Katie, here's my question, or you give me a question in my inbox, and I'm answering your questions today. So, today's going to be a little bit quicker because yesterday's was really long, and I'm sorry about that. I try to keep them shorter. So, without further ado, before I keep blabbing, first question is it common to have the thought of suicide cross one's mind nearly every day? I've never acted on the thoughts, but when I feel stressed or overwhelmed, the first thought that seems to cross my mind to deal with uncomfortable feelings is suicide. Is there a way to lessen the thoughts? It's not, I don't know, it's hard when people say, oh, is this normal or is this common? When people are very depressed and you're fighting with thoughts of suicidality, having those thoughts regularly is common. Is it common for someone like me or someone like my friend Liz or something? No. And the difference is when things get really uncomfortable and really stressful for me, I have a lot of coping skills that I use. And for me, because everybody's different, right? I will go get my nails done. I will take a half day off of work. I'll make some time for myself. I'll go out to dinner with Sean or with a girlfriend. I will do things that make me feel good. Sometimes I'll get a massage. Sometimes, you guys will notice, sometimes I'll take a night off from being online because I'm just worn out and we have to take care of ourselves, right? So I would encourage you to look into seeing a therapist, and I would let them know that you are having these thoughts. You've never acted on it. You don't have a plan. You just want it to go away. And start working on other coping skills. Try things out. Find out what works for you. Everybody's different. And feel free to share what coping skills you use. What helps you? Is it listening to music? Is it hopping on Tumblr and talking with a friend? What is it? Okay? Because I have a feeling that once we increase the coping skills, those thoughts will go away. Okay? Question number 2. How can I practice more compassionate self-talk when it feels like I'm just lying to myself? And I get this a lot. And I'm actually... when I picked this question on YouTube, I wanted to give you all kudos because you thumbs upped it. A lot of you liked this question, and so then I know that it's a more common thought and question, and you don't even have to ask the same question again. You can just give it a thumbs up in the comments. So for future reference, if you ever see a question that you like and you want me to answer, give it a thumbs up, and it will pop up to the top, and I'll see it, and it'll be like 12 likes, and I'll think, 12 people wanted me to answer this, so I will do it. So the question again, how do you practice more compassionate self-talk when it feels like you're lying? There are a couple things. A lot of people will say, fake it till you make it. Keep saying it until you believe it. I believe that part of that is true. Something that I have my clients do is a little bit more than just self-talk. So the eating disorder, the self-harm voice says, Katie, you're stupid and you're lazy, right? And I might talk back to it and be like, no, I'm not. I'm not lazy at all, or whatever. You know, Katie, I tell myself I'm amazing, or I'm getting so much done. But I find it's better to go back against that feel like you're lying with evidence. So when you're talking back and you say, no, I'm amazing. My best friend just told me I was. And I also did so well in class, or I got a good reward for work because I'd worked so hard. Or for me, I'd be like, no, that patient's doing well and I'm working hard and I've been researching him. You know, you have to come back to it with a little bit of evidence. And I find that really helps. And if you really struggle, sometimes check out my Better Body Image video from ages ago. I talk a little bit about this, about having people that you really care about in your life help you out with this. And you can ask them to give you, like, what's 2 things that you like about me? And you can give them that in return. I know it sounds really awkward, but we all need to help spread some positivity. And by you telling them 2 things back, it actually really helps both of you. So those are my little tips. And for any of you who've worked on this, like always, leave your comments and let us know how you've, either faked it till you make it, or what works for you to help you believe the positive self-talk. Okay? Let's see, number 3. Can anyone work through depression without a therapist or medication? Of course you can. It's a lot harder, and I've have patients who've been struggling for years before they finally call and come in. It's easier and faster if we get help. Depression can definitely be, obviously depression is really a chemical imbalance in our brain where our serotonin and our dopamine levels are not what we need. And medication can really help that. And we don't have to be on medication forever, and we don't have to be in therapy forever. But in the meantime, it helps us get there quicker so that we can do the hard work, so that later we can actually change that chemistry on our own. And that'd be through like positive things that we do and doing helpful things for ourselves and for others and finding a way to make our own happiness. Using the medication and therapy can just make that happen more quickly. Okay? Number 4, my final question, what can I expect from my first psychiatrist appointment? I have one coming up and I'm really, really nervous. Psychiatrists will do a couple of things. There's like a couple options. Number 1, you might come in and just fill out basic paperwork like you would for me, which would be name, birthday, do you live with your parents, your insurance information, your reason for coming in, how did you hear about me, or whatever. It can be that kind of stuff. Or they may do that and have you fill out some kind of rating scale. So it could be a little fill in the bubble yes, no, or rate it from 1 to 5. How often do you feel suicidal or anxious or this or that? And they'll have you fill all that stuff out, and then they'll sit down with you, and they usually spend about an hour, and they'll go through all of this with you. They'll talk about your history, if you've been on any medications before, have you seen a psychiatrist before, and then they'll just talk with you. So what brought you in today? What have you been struggling with? Are you feeling kind of down? Or, they're honestly a therapist that can prescribe medication. I've noticed things have been changing a little bit more in the wave of healthcare not getting paid for as much. They may not spend a full hour, and it may be a little bit more quick. And a lot of times they're going to want to know more about medications, side effects you may have, and stuff like that. They don't want to necessarily hear your full story. That's what your therapist is for. Your psychiatrist is for your medication and your side effects. And so if you do get that like kind of colder feeling, it's just that. It's medical. It's not like warm and fuzzy like a therapist. So know that it's nothing hurtful. It's not meant to hurt your feelings. It's just the way that they do business. And if you're looking for a little more warm and fuzzy feel, then give a call to a therapist, okay? And many psychiatrists will know who to refer you to as well. And the journal topic for today. Oftentimes, I find that we get so caught up in our own lives that we forget how what we do can affect other people, from cutting them off in traffic to, just being kind of cold and rude or not friendly to the person who got your coffee for you this morning. And so something that I want us all to do, because I find that when I do something nice, like I let somebody in when I'm waiting in my car in traffic, and I'm like, no, you go ahead, I actually feel better. And I just made them feel better. So it ends up benefiting us both. So think of one thing that you can do either today or tomorrow to help brighten someone's day. It could be as simple as, hey, I got into office first, I'm going to start a pot of coffee, to, hey, you go in front of me. Or I'm trying to think of what else. That's really all I had written down. Like, I let people go in front of me at the grocery store if they only have like 2 items and I have like a cart full of stuff. Anything, maybe just sending someone a nice message online. Let's all do one thing today or tomorrow to help brighten someone's day, because my guess is that it'll brighten ours as well. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow when I'm on Twitter. Make sure you use the hashtag KatieFAQ, and I'll be answering your questions. I love you all. Have a good night. Bye.